Raz, dva, raz, dva. Yeah. Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Yeah. Do you hear me? Yeah. Likely. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is presentation about how to build a module in a mock and in a Copr. My name is Miroslav Suchý, and I'm team lead of the Copr team, and I'm a maintainer of mock as well. So first of all, and I forgot to introduce Jakub Karlečík, who is my colleague from Copr team. So he done a lot of stuff around modularity. So if you have any question about modularity and Copr, he's probably the best guy to ask him. So you may heard about modularity in Fedora. Just in case who doesn't know what modularity is. Okay, like didn't have their hand down, so that's a good part. Okay, so there was few hands raised up. So just a quick note: modularity is some initiative to split Fedora into different parts into the modules. In case you need, for example, old Python, but the new Ruby in normal Fedora, you don't have the choice to choose something, and you have everything which is in distribution. In modularity, we will split it into probably small modules, and you as a developer will choose that you want Python 2.7, Ruby 3.3, Postgres 9.0, and HTTPD in some version, and you put all this together, and this will create distribution just for you. So that's the modularity. But to have the modularity, we should somehow build the modules. We have a build system for Fedora, which will build the modules which will be supported by Fedora and Red Hat in the future, maybe. That's Koji and MBS, but it doesn't scale for other users. So if you want to build your own module, you either have to use mock and right now Copr. Mock doesn't build module. It will help you build on top of module, to be precise. Right now, the support for modules is not in stable branch of DNF. So if you want to play with modules and you want to try it on your own notebook, you first have to enable this Copr repository where Martin Hatina is building DNF with modularity feature enabled. Mock. Everybody is using mock, isn't it? Who doesn't know what mock is? Okay, just two hands, so just ask your neighbors. It's tool for building RPNs in a reproducible way and to set up it root. So if you are on Fedora 27, it will enable create root for 26 as well, or Apple. In the standard way, every config for root has these two lines, or especially this first line. I say it states the command which will install the system. This will translate into DNF or yum install the build group, which install the necessary packages for building. You can alter it, or for example, we in Copr use this line as well, which allows you to specify some additional packages which you want to install beyond this basic group. For example, this is used for software collection building. So this was previously for packages. For modules, we enhanced the config, and you can write the config ops module enable, and there can be a list of modules. So if you want to build on top of some module, just write it here, and it will be used. Then you want to state that you want to install the module. And you say config ops module underscore installed, and state which module you want to install / which profile. And it will install all those packages in that profile. And this is there for quite a long time. Since Mock 1.4.2, we have now version 1.48, so it's in Mock for quite a long time. Of course, to be able this to work, you have to have DNF which support modularity support. So that's this one DNF. But then you can start playing with the building on top of modules. What's the order? In the mock code, we first enable module, then install module, and then we run the original root setup CMD and root additional packages. So if you want to play something hackish, you can mix modules and original packages as well. So it's up to you what do you want to do. Oh. Missing slides? Yep. For past several months, Modularity team have been trying to focus on building base runtime root, the minimal module, and we try to mimic them. And originally we built modules on top of Fedora. So there was always DNF install build group from Fedora. But if you want to build minimal module, you have to start with empty root. For that, we mock ship special config, custom one, and architecture, which has these options have empty. So it doesn't install anything in the root, and it's up to you what you want to put there. You don't need to put there anything. You can say that DNF that you enable some module which will be used for building the basic runtime module. It's up to you, but the root by default will be empty. So that's the root which is suitable for building base modules. Of course, you can build modules on top of Fedora, which is what current Modularity is doing. That's everything about mock, and I will now focus on the Copr. Do you have question about mock right now? No, maybe later? Okay, so let's go to the Copr. If you want to build a module in the Copr, then you have to create project first and build your RPM there. And then you have the option to create a module from the project. In fact, module is nothing else than just another repository with all those RPMs with some additional metadata. So if you want to think about it on the technical level, just that's another DNF repository with some additional data, and that's all. Okay, so short demo, live demo, so it will definitely fail. Okay, so here is some test project which has some HTTPD packages, HTTPD, APR, and so on. So I successfully built, or that's work of Jakub. We have those RPM packages successfully built, and now we want to create a module. So you just hit the tab modules and hit new module. And pardon? Zoom it. I will try. Yeah, better. So modules, and I will click new module. I have 3 columns here. So now I have a list all of those packages I built for this project. And here I can say which packages will be included in the module. So by default, all of them are checked. If I don't want to some package shipped in the module, I can uncheck it. Then there comes the API. API of the module is basically your statement why you are building the module. So for example, here I'm doing this module because I want to ship HTTPD and, for example, mod SSL. The other packages, for example, HTTPD file systems, will be present in that module, but that's not the reason why I'm doing that module. So I'm not providing them in API. And the API is basically your gateway for searching modules. So if you, as a developer in future, will be looking for modules for your layered application and you want to have mod SSL in some version, you are looking for modules with their API, with module and mod SSL with some version. And then comes the profiles. Default profile is default. So I will create default profile, and in the default profile, I will install just HTTPD. So if you just run DNF module install Zoinoch test module 2 without slash anything, without name of the profile, it will install packages from this profile. If I will create profile, everything, I will include mod SSL and HTTPD, and I will install test module 2 with profile, everything. It will install packages HTTPD and mod SSL, and it's up to the DNF whether it will download any other packages from this module as requirements. I can create more profiles if I want by clicking add profile, but for me that's enough. I will just click build module. And start building the module. I have here some created before, so it will be building for some time. But here I have some module which is already built. So I will click on that. And I see some general information that it's module, test module 2. It's stream master, some version. Probably I forgot to mention that when I'm creating the module. here I should file something. No, because it's not used anymore, isn't it?
You don't specify the name and stream now. It's generated.
Yeah, it's not used. But we still print it here. Okay. Here I didn't, or Jakub doesn't use any API. And because the modules are quite new, we have some short section how to use. That you have to use mhatina Copr repository to use DNF. Install the DNF from that system. That will probably doesn't work right now because right now in Fedora 27 is a DNF with higher version than in that Copr repository, so you have to force it a little bit to have the older DNF. But basically you do this stuff, and this is what we are trying to work, but this part doesn't work yet. We have open pull request to DNF plugins, which will make this work. But right now, if you want to try it today, you have to manually download this repo file. So this repo file links to module. I will do that for you. Okay. So, and now I will write DNF module enable.
Just show them list first.
Yeah, list, DNF module list. And because this is a project for Fedora 26 and I have Fedora 27, I will state release var equal to 26. And it will list here that there is a module, test module 2, available with this stream, this version. It's not enabled yet. So if I will run DNF module enable test module this, it will enable that module. By the way, just create etc DNF modules and test module 1. So this is the config which it DNF create, and I will run DNF install. This will probably fail because
you forgot to specify the stream.
Yeah.
So it didn't actually enable it.
Module enable and stream master.
Yeah.
And if I will list, yeah, so you now see that it's enabled. And if I will install it,
yeah, I actually forgot to specify the profile while building it.
The profile is empty, so it doesn't try to install any packages. if there would be something in the profile, it will try to install. I may check whether the second module I submitted finished already. Still pending. It's probably not running right now. But anyway, if I will try all right. There will be some where some packages. It will be installed now. Right now, this is in production. With some tweaks, when we start using that, we discovered that there's some missing information in the module MD file. So right now, this is fixed in our dev instance, which should be deployed in the production within 1 or 2 weeks. So if you want to play with that for real, you probably start check our dev instance first. But right now, you can build your own modules in Copr if you want. So what's future? As I said, we have pending pull requests for DNF. So in future, you will just write, instead of downloading the repo file, you can just write DNF Copr enable your Copr, and you will have the module available in DNF module list immediately. And DNF knows that the module is coming from the Copr. That's everything I had prepared. So, question, Lang.
So I just mostly actually wanted to comment that there's a number of quicker commands that you can use to kind of do the enabling and stuff. It was stuff that was kind of going back and forth a bunch. But they're set now, so you could have just done DNF install @ your module name, and it would just work.
Yeah.
So it is a lot less painful than the 30 steps you were going through now, which is nicer. I thought this was really cool. I actually just built one.
Yeah, instead DNF. So Lang, to repeat that statement, then Lang said that instead of DNF module enable and with the double dot and DNF module install, you can, instead of this command, you can write DNF install at test module 2/master, and it will work as well. So that's shorter version, but I wanted to show you what's actually doing behind. Thank you. Some other comment or question? Once again.
You showed us GUI, how to create a module. Is that possible to use own YAML file with the receipt for building a module?
Yeah, we have command line API, so Copr CLI module submit.
Build.
Jakub will answer that. But to repeat the question for the auditorium, the question was whether you can build module if you have the module MD file, and whether you can start submitting build with that file. So Jakub will answer that.
You can do Copr CLI, build module, and -- YAML or -- URL, whether you have it on your hard drive or no, and submit it, and it will build all the packages required for you.
We are running out of time, so if you have any question, don't hesitate to contact us in front of this room, and we will happily answer that. Thank you.